Hi everyone, another video for you on writing messages this time, specifically negative or sensitive messages. These are tricky, right? These are ones that we need to be careful how we say things, make sure that we're being clear, that we get the information out that we need. Couple things, really think about the rhetorical situation. Just like with email, we need to do that for this one. It's even more important. Number one, audience. Who are you writing to? What level of formality do you need for them? Again, if it's sensitive or negative, probably needs to be a little more formal. But, kind of think about what's the relationship that you would have had with these people. Two would be purpose. Again, what do you need to have happen? Do they need to contact you? Do they need to send you something back? Are you going to be contacting them? Make sure that you have a clear outcome, a clear reason for why you're writing. Context. So kind of what has been the situation, what was said before, what needs to be said now. Connect to all of that, acknowledge what maybe has happened in the past, right? If you've met with these people before, if you've had previous correspondence, you need to acknowledge that. And then, of course, medium matters. Sometimes for this kind of message, an email itself is fine, just maybe needs to be a little more formal-ish, but an email is okay. But it could also be that a letter is necessary, because with sensitive negative information, there could be, depending, legal things, right, where maybe you need it to be in writing. That letter could be physically mailed, or it could be attached to an email. It's just slightly different, a little more formal looking, right? So once you've decided all of that, that should help you with writing the email or letter, right? So with the correspondence, with the message, similar to email, you want to get that main point out really quickly. It doesn't necessarily always have to be the very first sentence, but it should be pretty close to that. But you really need to be careful that you back all of that up with the right information after. And maybe you're not going to give everything right away. You might kind of build and add to it as you go. It's maybe a little more subtle than when you're just writing to your boss and asking for something. But you don't want to wait. If you're telling somebody that, no, you can't have this, or I'm sorry, I don't have this, or hey, you need to fix this, that needs to be right away so they understand the seriousness of the message, and then hopefully that helps push them to read further. Same as before, make sure you've got that white space in there. Make sure your paragraphs aren't too long. Feel free to use bullet points, headers, right? All of those things will really help depending on what message you're sending. Make sure you sign it, right? I mean, you can just type your name, but make sure that there's a signature and contact information. That's essential. I've had people send really sensitive messages, but then not give their contact information. We can't do that. So again, good luck with this one. A little bit longer, but the big thing is tone. Make sure that the tone is appropriate. Put yourself in the audience's place. If you were a parent, if you were a client, if you were a student, whatever it is, what would you want to get in that situation? That empathy is always the best guide when it comes to writing a more sensitive or negative message. I hope that helps, and we'll talk to you soon.